You are not one of her thralls. No, you do not smell like them. Quickly, you must help me. I only barely escaped her clutches, but my root sisters and brothers were not so lucky. Every moment we delay will be measured in innocent blood. Shulzaltse devours the sun, High Priestess of the Teeth. She has many names, all of them spoken softly. She has returned from dusk to reclaim her temple, and we are the offering she makes for Sithis' favor. Yes, what blood she does not drink is spilled on the altars of the temple. For what purpose, I do not know. But many have died for the sake of her terrible rituals. Shulzaltse must be stopped. The priestess holds them in the teeth of Sithis. Use the tunnel beneath the waterfall to reach the Zanmirs on the ridge above. We will regroup at the top of the western Zanmir once you've found the others. I only know that we were kept in the chambers beneath the twin Zanmirs. If anyone is still alive, that's where they will be found. Be cautious. They will be guarded by those Shulzaltse has enthralled. They overwhelmed us with ease. We were custodians of the Teeth of Sithis. Though it does not serve the same purpose it was built for, it is no less sacred. When the pitiful souls under the High Priestess's sway came to defile it, we resisted them, but her power was too much. Her way is the old way, from before the fall. We were less mindful of the cycle of change and gave only to the void. When the Hist revealed the true path to us, she chose to break the branch of her bond rather than turn back, or so the story goes. It is. The tale of Shulzaltse's betrayal and fall is a reminder not to stray from the guiding boughs of the Hist. I thought the lesson was embellished for effect, but it seems the only exaggeration was her demise. The story said she was cast down and entombed far from the roots of the Hist, never to return. But every spine on my body tells me the twisted creature that bathes in the blood of my fellows is Shulzaltse. A wonder from before dusk, built high to cast Sithis' long shadow over the land. A reminder that Sithis is always looming, waiting to return us to nothingness. The old ways were flawed. Many saw Sithis as destroyer, but not as creator. The old ways sought to appease Sithis, so it might spare us from destruction. In our ignorance, we struggled against its will like the muck we built upon until we neared collapse. It would have swallowed us if the Hist hadn't shared their wisdom. That Sithis is not only destruction, Sithis is change. Sithis tears down the old so that the new can grow. So we learn to flow with the river instead of struggle to alter its course. These are better times, but Shulzaltse cannot see that.
Might get rough in here. I've got your back. You're going to regret this.
Failure is success.
Got your back. Looking stronger already. Get him! of there! Roll out of there! Token!
You come to drain the sap from me again, but I have little left to offer your master. When the last of us are bled dry, it will be you who quenches her endless thirst. It does not matter. We are too entangled in the rotting roots of our past to flee from it. They have spread far and wide, unnoticed beneath the surface, and now that they have broken into the light, it is too late. So what would you have me do?
Down they go.
Can't get enough of this fine vintage, huh? Well, you're cut off. Come any closer and I'll bash your fangs in. He got out? Slippery skink, that one. Well, what are you waiting for? Set me loose, so I can give these bloodsuckers a good thunk right in their pointy teeth.
I am grateful the Hist has guided you all to me, but is this everyone you were able to find? So far, yes. I found nothing in the eastern Zanmir but the priestess's thralls and the reek of mingling blood. Whoever was there has already been taken to bleed on the temple's teeth, or her own. She will find others. Before the fall, Shuzaltse drenched the teeth of Sithis with sacrificial blood from dawn to dusk. As the thing she has become, her need is greater now, and so is her power. I can feel it coursing through this temple. Like the blood spilled here begins to pulse through dead stone, the beating of this temple's heart is slow, but it echoes through the void. She is calling to Sithis. We cannot let her be heard. I fear what Shuzaltse has begun may not be undone by her death alone. We must stop her ritual and forever silence this temple to the old ways. Destroy the altars. Only then can we be certain the High Priestess will not get what she wants. They have stood too long already. They stand for a Sithis that is no longer or never was. It seeks change. Whether that change is good for us is for it to decide. Shuzaltse was not cast down for simply clinging to the old ways. She forsook this world. Her prayers of appeasement became invitations for destruction. I believe she has returned to finish what she started when the tribes rose up to stop her. To cast this world into darkness. To see the Hist wither and die. to sow destruction until the Great Serpent returns us all to the Void. Shuzaltse returned from beyond the grip of death for this purpose. Who knows what is within her power? Some may be faithful to her as a priestess of Sithis, but I think most fell victim to her power. After the Black Rose riots destroyed the prison, there would have been no shortage of outlaws wandering the swamps for her to prey upon. The Rose was built upon ruins. Built upon ruins. Built upon ruins. The Hist only knows what was buried beneath. But if anything was to stir Shuzaltse from her grave, the bloodshed of the prison riots would be it. But we have more dire concerns.
Ready to move out. Let's see what you're made of. Get him! Got to be better than that to stop us. Move it! Let's hear it. Got to be better than that to stop us. Counter this!
Come. The teeth of Sithis won't be safe until we get aid from the tribes.
So, we're not going back? Give them a good bash ourselves?
I would rather gather support in Lilmoth. Get some rest. Maybe a warm meal.
I bet Sithis would want a bash.
Right now, I am strongly considering it.
Sithis has spared us for another day. I will greet every dawn as if it is my last. What is hope? Change untended. Squandered and left to molder before the eyes of the weak and foolish. Hope did not give me this life, nor did it spare it. There is a poison, distilled from decay and reborn as a gift from Sithis. It kills fear and pain, bringing warmth and peace as it deadens the mind. I will drink deeply of it tonight and forget this torment for a time. These little deaths are Sithis' mercy. We partake willingly. I know a few tribes that eschew the Great Serpent's venom. Is it so strange? Ned Hellas told me that men in Myr around the world share this custom. Drinking alcohol, he called it. I will raise many cups to you, I promise.
Vampy bastards can't make a sandwich to spare their lives. Not that I would. Meat's all dry. Got to get my strength up for the bashing to come. Soon those toothy gits will learn just what this Bothmer is made of. Fists! Bet your arse. It's still full of things needing a good crack in the jaw, and I haven't bashed heads in months. Zod says we've got to go to Lilmoth to get help. As soon as I grab some decent grub, I'll be back. No fun bashing on an empty stomach.
The temple seems quieter, and the spines of fear and dread lie flat again. It is done, isn't it? Then the last remnants of the old ways have finally been shed, and the story of Shuzaltse ends, as it was always meant to, with a new beginning. We are grateful for your help. The Hist were wise to guide you to us. Shuzaltse fought against tides of change longer than we can know. But in the end, the old always gives way to the new. May she finally find peace in the void. Though dead, the husk of the old ways still hangs over our temple. We three will go to Lilmoth and beseech the tribes to help Sithis cast off these remnants. If their warriors scour our temple clean, we will return. Then we were not meant to be there, and we will take our teachings elsewhere, another lesson wiser. May your struggles crumble.
Who's next?
How's it coming with those remains? Fami is going to be disappointed if we can't verify her theories. Well, someone will be very pleased. If they're pleased, I'm pleased. When I'm pleased, you get gold. I think you'll find this worth digging through old bones.
Buying, selling, trading.
Murkmire is a far cry from the last location my guild sent me.
I try.
Don't like the prices? Don't wait.
beg of you.
You performed a miracle! A Hist has awakened and a new tribe has emerged from the swamp. It's enough to make my tail spin and spin. Thanks for aiding us in these matters. I will always consider you a friend.
Though the Saxhleel generally choose to live in tribes based around a history, Lilmoth is a merchant town with no true leadership.
A fear that leads to a stagnation. Something must now clear the way. That which will must stay. Wise eyes always look ahead, hearing all their doubt and dread. They who see past.
Your eyes are as lovely as muddy puddles, found deep within the swamp.
Oh, Galish, such things you say.
Big.
You look like someone who knows a good business opportunity when you see one. Much profit. Will you hear me out? Increased business for me, extra gold for you. I believe the Imperials call it a win-win situation. The prominent trader Captain Jimala arrived in port. If we can convince her to export my Vossa Satas, the possibilities for profit are endless. The instrument of my people. For many Argonians, the dulcet croaks of a Vossa Sata remind them of the sounds of home. Act as my envoy and bring this opportunity to Captain Jimala. Help me secure a trade agreement and I will compensate you. First, we must learn everything we can about Captain Jimala and how to make a good impression. Talk to people who have dealt with her before, such as Tolwyn, Claus the Ghost, and Rujawan. I'll catch up with you so we can plan our next move. Appearances, Biko, appearances. Jimala travels the world and has refined tastes. One cannot simply walk up to her and offer their wares like a wandering merchant. No, we must make a good first impression. And to do that, I need you to serve as my envoy. Of course! Outsiders respond better to people they see as important. We're partners, equals in this endeavor. Serving as my envoy is for appearances only. It makes us both look good and improves our chances to secure a deal with the captain.
I'm about to head up to the new Root Whisper village. Want to come along?
You're heading where? Look, I've been in Murkmire for years, and I ain't never heard of a Root Whisper village.
You haven't heard yet? Some newcomer awakened a Hist tree. It was slumbering all this time deep in the swamp.
Could it be? Someone finally awakened the dreaming Hist. By the green, I can hardly believe it.
Yes? Is there something I can do for you, Ogel? What is this really about, outsider? Are you trying to intrude upon my business? I assure you, Captain Jimala knows a rogue and a cheat when she sees one. That's why we have such an ironclad agreement. Ah, Neshdika must have employed you as an envoy. Very clever. Know that Captain Jimala is a shrewd negotiator, but a fair partner. Speak true and bargain in good faith. That will earn you the respect of the Master of the Prowler. Yes, the Prowler. Captain Jimala's ship. She can't very well be a sea captain and prominent trader without a good vessel. You need to know these things if you hope to impress the captain.
Take my advice. In Murkmire, all... Looking for a trustworthy bank?
Welcome to the Lil...
That place behind me? Ah, nothing special about it. Just a trap door inside an abandoned building. What's strange about that?
The treat. I shall cook.
Good to get stocked up.
No authorities, no castles, no mushroom towers, no crowds, and it's far away from everything. I mean, really, what's not to like about it?
Welcome to Lilmoth, friend. Is that a shrewd and discerning gaze I detect? I know a fellow entrepreneur when I meet one. I'm a financier, you see, and I have an exciting business proposition, if you're interested, of course. The Khajiit Sea Captain, huh? Everyone wants to work with Jimala. I met her a few months ago. I needed a reliable ship to carry Alikiri trade goods. No small thing, what with the war and all. Jimala made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Impress her? No, that wasn't how I got close to the Sea Captain. No, I showed her courtesy and respect. I deferred to her expertise and let her suggest the best way we could work together. That's how I caught Jimala's eye.
In Elsewhere, I was a philosopher. In Murkmire, I am a fisher. These professions are not too different, though, no? Still, I stand for long hours with nothing but my thoughts.
I'm quite busy, can't you see?
The blackguards swarm around Murkmire like flies over a corpse. If you meet one on the road, do not hesitate. Strike them down before they have a chance to draw their weapon.
Next time I'm in the field. Welcome to our hall. Are you familiar with the guild? The Fighters Guild. You should consider joining up. We have a new guildmaster and a new singular purpose. Why don't we talk for a moment? Excellent. I know we'll all be drawing blades together soon enough. Now, what can I tell you? Right. Our new guildmaster is an Argonian, sees all colors. She has us all hunting down the Daedra and their damned anchors. You might have seen them. Enormous chains, plagues of Daedra boil out to lay waste to the countryside. Hard fights. Guildmaster Yofnir passed away recently, very suddenly. I always thought he'd die with a blade in his hand. But he passed away in his sleep, called to Sovngarde by his ancestors. We all miss him, but Colors has proven to be a very able leader. No, we only draw blades in service to the guild. We're technically neutral in the war between the three alliances. We love the Eagle Banner and Her Majesty, of course, but every race, every creed belongs under the guild hall's roof. Ha! There's a good question. We train our members in special techniques, and the higher-ups are always looking for motivated members to help with special projects. You never know, you might be the next Yofnir. Then let me be the first to officially welcome you as an associate of the Fighters Guild. Get out there and take the fight to the Daedra. You're in luck, comrade. Sees All Colors herself is here today. Why don't you go introduce yourself?
You don't look like you require protection, Sharptooth. You need something, or is this a social call? And if I killed someone you knew, remember that I'm a mercenary. It wasn't personal. It was just business. Neshdika, the instrument crafter. Interesting. Sure, I know the captain. She hires me to escort her around the marsh sometimes. Matter of fact, I provided protection when she was last in port. I heard she's back, but I haven't spoken to her. Often enough to put a few meals on the table. The captain can handle herself, but she recognizes the value of local talent. Hiring a sellsword like me provides her with someone who speaks the language and knows the native customs. I did my job and made sure to follow the captain's commands to the letter. Captain Jimala appreciates a no-nonsense approach to my kind of work. I handle the rough stuff, but I never instigate trouble. I solve problems, I don't cause them. No surprise there. I'm what the locals call a Lucial Argonian, an out-of-towner. Basically, Argonians who leave the swamp and live among the dry skins, as well as those born in other regions. You get a few suspicious looks from the locals, the Naga in particular, but for the most part, we're more or less left alone. Honestly, it'd be hard-pressed to find an Argonian in Murkmire who really resents much of anything. Yeah, except for the pity everyone shows me. The locals can't imagine life away from the Hist. I'd be lying if I said there was nothing to it. Out in Alakir, I rarely even thought about the Hist. Now that I'm here, I actually miss it. It's weird.
New partner, come, speak with me.
History. Can we truly discover the truth of the past? Or are we forced to view it through the eyes of the victors, the survivors, and the silver-tongued poets? Forgive me. My passion for historical knowledge often overwhelms me.
I've got what you need.
A fascinating application of the technique.
Forever spread, collecting souls of our dead. Speak, hear the Hist speak, hear the Hist speak its words to me.
I'm about to head up to the new Root Whisper village. Want to come along?
You're heading where? Look, I've been in Murkmire for
New
years.
partner,
I've
come,
never
speak with
heard
me.
of a root whisperer.
Ah, my friend and partner. Were you able to find out about Captain Jimala's likes and dislikes? Anything that will improve our chances to make a deal would be helpful. Well then, we should have little trouble. I am all those things and more when it comes to business. We just need to complete a Vosa Subtle so we can present it to the good captain. That is sure to convince her to deal with us. You can gather the frogs while I put the finishing touches on the instrument. We'll need mossfoot croakers, ruby hoppers, indigo tree frogs, and sun-blessed toads. Here, I wrote everything down so you won't have to remember all the details. What a strange question. We need the frogs for the Vosa Sattel. How else would the instrument produce its sweet-sounding melodies? The note explains how to catch each frog. Once you have them all, return to my shop, and we'll finish the instrument. Ask, and I'll do my best to answer. Partners must be completely honest with each other. Providing detailed explanations is just the mushroom on the log when it comes to total honesty. The frogs are the heart of the Vosa Sattel. Each little croaker, when nestled in its chamber inside the instrument, adds its voice to create the melodious sound. Happy frogs produce the most harmonious and joyful sounds. Imagine being pampered and cared for in a safe, comfortable environment, singing alongside your closest and dearest friends. That's the life of a Vosa Sattel frog. Every nest inside the instrument is warm and moist, full of mud and tasty treats. Mossfoot croakers nest in the reeds that grow along the shore east of Lilmoth. These playful frogs have no natural predators. They eagerly greet visitors. I suggest you gather these green little fellows first, as they are easiest to catch. Second, seek out the ruby hoppers. These red frogs like to sun themselves on stones around Lilmoth. Approach cautiously, however. Ah, the indigo tree frog. It nests high up in the trees, but loves the taste of flesh flies. Find the right trees, gather some insects, and release them beneath the branches. When the blue frogs hop down to feast, simply grab them. Sun-blessed toads. They nest in mud pits, emerging every few seasons to mate. To lure them out, make a musk out of stench sedge, salt rush, and joy mallow. Find a pit that has a croak wheel and pour the musk on yourself. Then just turn the wheel. I'll be in my shop, preparing the Vosa Sattel. See you soon, partner.
I beg of you. All right, Chuksu, you can do this. Good day, traveler. Is there something I can help you with? Is it that obvious? Yes, I am. Well, no, not really. I've come to ask Sulakish, a former agent of the Shadow Scales, to help arbitrate a dispute. But speaking to an assassin, even a retired one, is a terrifying prospect, to say the least. If you don't mind, to introduce the issue, if nothing else. The dispute is between Nurhe and Pahisa, who both claim rights to a nearby salt rice farm. They've already both agreed to accept Sulakish's decision. Thank you, Biko. You've at least given me time to work up some nerve.
And please, be mindful to show Sulakish only respect. It would be best not to invoke her anger given her past affiliations. Both defendants claim inheritance of a salt rice farm previously owned by the now deceased Kimaru. Nurhe, a local trader, claims the farm as collateral for debts owed. Pahesa, egg-sister to the deceased, claims it by familial association. The Saxhleel of Murkmire don't exactly have laws as understood by outsiders. Small disputes are handled by an arbiter of both parties' choosing. This could be anyone, though it tends to be the tribe's tree minder. I worked for Kimaru for several years. As a neutral third party with an interest in the farm's well-being, I volunteered to arbitrate. Unfortunately, all attempts at negotiation have failed so far. I worked for Kimaru and her alone. While Pahesa was present, she did little to help the farm. I barely even spoke to her before this dispute. I just want the farm to be in good hands. Simply put, the Shadow Scales are an order of assassins that have been present in Blackmarsh since time immemorial. Among the Saxhleel, they are both feared and respected. Sulakish is of an advanced age, which is a rarity within her order. The Shadow Scales serve Blackmarsh in many ways. Their role in our society is much more nuanced than mere killers. They help keep the natural order of things, as it were. Sulakish has simply decided to take a more direct approach to that role. I don't believe so. Their order may be secretive about their practices, but I doubt many are so open about their judgments. However, Sulakish has now granted Lilmoth her wisdom many times. She will see the right path. In this, I have faith.
Let's see what you're made of. Been on the lookout for that. Stay ready. Never know what else might be headed our way.
Did you hear about Dunlay's killer?
I heard whispers.
I'm about to head up to the new Root Whisper village. Want to come along?
You're heading where? Look, I've been in Murkmire for years, and I ain't never heard of a Root Whisper village.
You haven't heard yet? Some newcomer awakened a Hist tree. It was slumbering all this time deep in the swamp.
Could it be? Someone finally awakened the dream.
Your eyes are as lovely as muddy puddles, down deep within the swamp.
I'm quite busy, can't you see?
Useful. Hold on to that. Ah, people. Great.
Hail again, friend. How goes your frog collecting? Hail again, friend. How goes your frog collecting?
This is not what I paid for. There were bugs in my linens this morning. Bugs!
We are touring Black Marsh, my lady. Black Marsh. How could you not expect such things?
I simply cannot believe this lizard swindled me like this. I was promised a wondrous tour. Wondrous! And so far, all I've gotten is bugs in my hair and my shoes drenched in swamp water. How was I... What do you mean, how was I swindled? I already told you. I'm expected to pay for bug-filled linens and treks through the swamp. I was told I would be exposed to the beauty and mysteries of Murkmire, and that was not delivered. Well, no, but it's common sense that I should be offered these things. Why, they laughed in my face when I asked for a carriage. I'm not satisfied, and I'm not paying, and that's that.
What do you need?
I knew this was a bad idea the moment I laid eyes on this dry skin. Why would she even come to Murkmire if she expects such things? My lady over here offered to pay me to guide her through Murkmire. I've done my best to accommodate her, of course. Her bedroll has clean linens, our food is freshly prepared. Yet she spits in the face of my hospitality with her demands. She complains about the insects, about the mud, about the heat. This is a swamp. The dry skin even demanded she ride in a carriage. A carriage? Through a swamp? I have never heard of such ridiculousness in my life. You're right. The longer I spend here arguing, the less time I have to offer my tours to those who truly wish for them. I will take her to Lilmoth and be done with it. Very well. I will take you back to Lilmoth without any payment.
Very good. I hope you never put anyone else through this torture. Pays a good gold to wander through the muck.
building up a stash. Good thinking.
Friend of Sukas. A moment, please.
Ah, is that the aroma of toad musk I smell? How delightful! I hope you were gentle with the little croakers. They need to be calm and relaxed to produce the most pleasing sounds. So they are! How good of you to join us, little croakers. Let's go inside, Vigo. Our happy chorus must be fitted into the Vosa saddle. I envy them their new lives of pampered luxury. We should all be so lucky. Welcome to your new home, my little friends. Now, let's listen to how it sounds. Pure perfection! Take this masterpiece to Captain Jimala with my compliments. That should secure us a deal. Our little friends are happy, I am happy, and Captain Jimala will be happy very soon. Oh, sun-filled day! Remember, when the captain asks you who created this masterpiece, shout my name with great enthusiasm. Neshtika, the pride of Lilmad. Of course. I always keep an earhole open for important information such as that. Last I heard, Captain Jimala was drinking at the tavern. Go to her, present yourself as my envoy, give her the Vosa saddle, and get her to agree to export them.
Your eyes are as lovely as muddy puddles, found deep within the swamp.
Hearing its words within the breeze. Speak, hear the hiss, speak, hear the hiss, speak its words to me. Below the roots forever spread, collecting souls of our dead.
You walk up to the great Captain Jimala with pride and purpose. Do you seek passage on my ship? Or does some other business put that spring in your step, Intriguing. Deals keep bringing me back to this swamp after all. So many captains consider Lilmot to be beneath their notice, but their loss is my gain. Very well, speak. What's your proposition? Vosa, what now? Tell me more, envoy. What is this contraption and why should I care? Oh, the sound of home. Yes, I can see the profit in that. I target tavern owners with Argonian clientele. But what sort of instrument is this? I've never seen anything like it. I think what you said will make more sense after another couple of drinks. Still, it's exotic, I'll give it that. And I love a good challenge. Very well. Tell Nashtika we have a deal. Let's start with 5 of these and see how they sell.
To ask. I'm about to head up to the new Root Whisper village. Want to come along?
You're heading where? Look, I've been in Murkmire for years, and I've never...
So, tell me, friend partner, was Captain Jimala impressed? Will she sell my Vosa Sattles in far-off lands? The sun shines on my scales! 5 Vosa Sattles! I am going to need so many frogs. No worries, Biko. I will gather the little croakers myself. The next few days will be very busy, but very profitable. Speaking of profit, this is for you. Thank you.
I'm about to head up to the new Root Whisper village. Want to come along?
You're heading where? Look, I've been in Murkmire for years, and I ain't never heard of a Root Whisper village.
Someone finally awakened a dreaming hist. The green, I can hardly believe it.
Saxley.
don't think I'll ever be dead.
From its sap, we gain our life. By its judgment, we extrive. Tribe and his, sky and sun, all connected, all are one.
Ooh, stronger than I remember. Must have lost more blood than I thought. You think vampires drink? Don't say it. I'm not talking about
No
blood.
need to come any closer, stranger. I can hear you just fine from there.
They're trying to end the world. Miserable, rotten life that is. I'd bash my brains out if... Oh, this bar always wobbles so much.
Yet you are not Chukzu. Lost his nerve, did he? He may have a way with words, but still lacks the will to speak them. A shame. I will help with this dispute, but need you to be my eyes. As you can plainly see, I lost my sight long ago. I need evidence if I'm to properly judge. Speak with the two claimants, Norhe and Paheza. Seek their truths, yes, but also their lies. Both will help my decision. It also wouldn't hurt to check the farm itself. The midge lingers. Do you seek anything else? Naturally. Speak. We are ones born under the shadow, trained as assassins and given over to the Dark Brotherhood. Those of us fortunate to live long lives, however, must learn to serve Sithis in other ways. So I have become a Kuvaste, an agent of needed change. Many think of death as an end. This is only partially correct. Death is also a beginning, a cycle turned again. The shadow scales see this more clearly than most, and so we are tasked with sharing our wisdom with others. Sometimes, quite suddenly. Disputes stem from a refusal to accept change. This creates stagnation. A stuttering tongue cannot be trusted to say what must be said. Sometimes, the words can be coaxed into being. Other times, it must be cut from the mouth. Right to the point. Tell me, how old do you think I am? My, what a charming little liar you make. I'm much older than that, of course. When my eyes began to fail me, I knew my role was fated to change. I now honor Sithis through my guidance, rather than my blade.
Wise eyes always look ahead, feeling all their doubt and dread. They who see past yesterday, they who will be Kuvaste. Kuvaste, that which sparks the needed change. Kuvaste,
What?